First the storm. Then we crashed upon the ice. Those terrible little monsters attacked us. I just wish my wife wasn't still out there. I don't mind admitting that I'm lost without her. Help? Of course we need help. My wife is Lady Sovel, ambassador to the High King. She was on her way to Orsinium to negotiate an important trade agreement. But the ships went off course, crashed in the storm. My wife disappeared in the confusion. You want to discuss geography? Now? My wife is missing! We need to find Lady Sovel. She was helping people off one of the wrecks, the other survivors. Captain Henriza won't risk any more sailors, but perhaps you could search the ice for me? High King Emmerich relies upon my dear Sovel. If she were here, she'd know what to do. My Lady Sovel. If it will help, I'll tell you whatever you'd like to know. High King Emmerich sent her to negotiate a lucrative trade agreement with Orsinium. But it's probably too late for that now. What else would you like to know? It was powerful. Practically a blizzard. I think it blew us off course, but who am I to judge such things? I'm not a sailor and terrible with directions. Sovel says I'd get lost on my own estate if not for all the servants. I'm not sure how these negotiations work. It's really more of Sovel's area of expertise. But without her, I don't know who can deal with Orsinium. We did have an orc with us. Skordo. Sovel thought well of him. But you know how orcs can be. The last time I saw my wife. Right after we hit the ice. The storm was raging and everything was loud and confusing. Sovel sent me ashore with the first group of survivors. She stayed behind to help, just like she always does. Please find her.
I saw you talking to that milksop, Ethian. He's nothing like his father, nothing at all. But I don't have time for his belly aching. I need to make sure we don't lose any more people to the cold and the ice. I am. Although I'm not sure that means much now that my vessels are smashed upon the ice. Is there something you want, or are you just here to remind me of my failures? Off course? What do you know of navigation and seamanship? I'm paid to make port as fast and as safely as possible. I've sailed this coastal sea lane before, not that it's any of your business. If not for the storm, we'd be in Orsinium by now. We rescued Ethian, what more do you want? Haven't I lost enough sailors already? The ambassador's gone, probably drowned or crushed on the ice. I have a duty to the survivors here. Besides, we never should have come to this land in the first place. On the quarterdeck, during the storm, she was helping one of those green-skinned savages she loved so well. Who can say, though, I was trying to avoid an iceberg at the time.
That storm came up so quickly. I've never seen anything like it.
I haven't worn shoes since I was knee-high to a mammoth, so I'm not about to start now.
The ambassador? This one hasn't seen the ambassador since she helped me get off the boat.
If I were a stronger man, I'd go out and look for it myself. Did I hear correctly? Will you be visiting the wrecked ships? If so, perhaps I could impose upon you for a small favor. I apologize for even asking, but I have no qualms admitting that I am no match for even one Reeker, let alone a dozen of the foul creatures. If, during your travels, you happen upon a gold pendant, well, it belongs to me. In light of all the lives lost, it may seem trivial, but I spent a month's wages on the pendant. It was to be a betrothal gift from my lovely Eleni. Thoughts of her beauty helped me survive this terrible disaster. Find it, and I will be in your debt. I appreciate your help. The pendant holds a great deal of sentimental value to me. It's a beautiful piece, crafted of delicate gold and inscribed with my lovely Eleni's initials on the back. There is not another like it for 1,000 and 1,000 leagues. Truth be told, I did not so much lose the pendant as I was forced to leave it behind when we abandoned the wrecked ships. It should still be locked away in a coffer in my cabin, if that part of our ship hasn't sunk into the icy sea. You doubt my word? That pains me. Of course the pendant belongs to me. I am the one that asked you to find it. I am the one who described its perfect beauty. And I am the one who needs to recover it for his betrothed. What other proof do you need?
It was like the ice just sprang out of nowhere. And all that water. I was raised in the Alakir Desert. The cold and the wet, that's just so unnatural to me.
You don't look familiar. Which of the ships were you sailing on when we hit the ice? I'm the first mate of the flagship, Matir's Fortune. I came down here to secure the hatches when I saw the ambassador's bodyguard. Then I hit my head. I don't remember anything after that. Now that you mention it, I thought something was wrong. I never sailed with Captain Henriza before, and I never sailed this part of the sea, so I could have been mistaken. I tried to reach the captain, but that's when we ran into the blizzard. I wouldn't want to disparage the captain. She works for Lord Ethian's father, and most of the ships belong to him. Because of the ambassador's mission, they wanted to make an impression. Nobles. Scordo the Knife? He's an orc from North Point. The ambassador brought him along in case we ran into any trouble. He told me that he thought something was going on, and asked me to keep my eyes open. The ambassador? I have no idea. I did see Lady Sovel and the captain having a heated discussion right before the storm hit. Oh dear. I hope the ambassador wasn't injured when we crashed. I'll go check on Lord Ethian. He's a nervous sort.
There? Anyone that's not a reeker, that is? Give a hand. Whoever you are, can you move some of these damn crates? I'm stuck! Damn furniture tore up my sword arm. I'm practically useless. Stupid ship started collapsing around me. Figured I was gonna sink before I got out from under this mess. Sure, I enjoy being crushed under rubble as I slowly sink into icy water. What kind of question is that? And just who in oblivion are you? I had a feeling I'd be seeing you again. You do have a habit of wandering into the most disastrous situations. Cold Harbor. I'd prefer to forget about that dismal place. I lost a lot of good friends there. A lot. Poor Darien. Do you remember Darien? He was a good man. Let's talk about something less depressing. How should I know? This may shock you, but I'm not much of a keep-in-touch person. Honestly, I picked up my rucksack and walked not long after you left. Things probably settled down, but I doubt we got all the vampires. Creepy bastards. He did he? Last time I saw that spineless skeever, him and Chorus the Mage were walking away. They left me under here to die. I heard them talking about the captain and the ambassador as they left. He's one of Captain Henriza's lackeys, a shifty-eyed mage who was always skulking around. Didn't like him. Look, help me out. I don't think I can swing a sword right now, but I need to make sure the ambassador is all right. Hard to believe, but not every Breton likes that High King Emmerich made peace with the orcs. They call us savages, and they want Lady Sovel's mission to fail. Captain Henriza wasn't shy about telling the ambassador just what she thought about orcs. I won't be much use in a fight, so I'll follow you. I suggest checking out more of the wrecks, or maybe she headed for that tower over there.
Did you find my dearest Sovel? Please tell me she's all right.
Once Captain Henriza left the camp, I couldn't convince his lordship to remain behind. So I followed along to try to keep him safe.
Have you found my wife yet? Please tell me that you know where Sovel is. Where could she be? And why did she have to stay on the ship? She cares for everyone else, but refuses to safeguard herself. Scordo, you were supposed to protect her! Impossible! The captain works for my father. She would never harm my wife. Wait! We saw the captain head toward the signal tower. If that's where Sovel is, then I have to go there too.
Damn milksop is gonna get himself killed. Go after him. I'm in no condition to keep anyone safe at the moment. Go after his lordship and make sure he doesn't get himself killed. That would upset the ambassador, though I don't know what she sees in the rat-faced milksop.
Help! I'm on top of the tower! Help! I'm on top of the tower! Help! I'm on top of the tower! Sovel, she's not here. And I think maybe that mage tried to kill me. Well, maybe he was trying to kill you. What? How dare you insinuate such a thing? I would never! I'm as at a loss as to where Sovel is as you are. My father promised we would go off course just long enough for Sovel to miss her meeting. She wasn't supposed to be harmed. We were just... It was supposed to... The captain has worked for my father for years. My father, you just can't say no to him. He said that the captain would take care of everything. By the gods, what have I done? Sovel will never forgive me. I truly don't know. It wasn't supposed to happen like this. Terrible storm, all those sailors who died. My father said Captain Henriza would make sure that no one was harmed. We were only supposed to get into port late.
There you are. Scordo found something. While you were up in the signal tower, Scordo did some scouting, and he thinks he figured out where Captain Henriza disappeared to. He went to see if the ambassador was there as well. Just down the path here, he found what looks to be an old smuggler's bolt hole in the rocks. Scordo sent me back so I could tell you all about it. He's waiting for you over there. I'll head back to camp. I need to check on the survivors.
See that cave? That's an old smuggler's hole. I bet my last gold piece that Captain Henriza is in there. Maybe even the ambassador. Nothing really, just a gut feeling. I learned a long time ago not to ignore my gut in situations like this. Besides, I saw one of Henriza's lackeys sneak in there trying to be all stealthy. I'm sure that's where Lady Sovel is. Why would you want to reason with someone like that? Do you reason with an angry Wamasu when it's trying to eat your face? No, you... Oh, ogre dung. What's that fool Ethian up to now?
I know you're in there, Henriza! Where's my wife?
Run back to your father, you pathetic little man.
Free my wife at once, you villain!
I'm going to do your father a favor.
She stabbed me! I feel a bit faint.
I did not see that coming. Go after Henriza. I'll see what I can do for Lord Ethian.
Maybe I should sit down.
Go on. The ambassador needs you. I'll do what I can for his lordship. Funny, I never expected him to try to be a hero. Maybe he isn't a complete milksop after all.
I've never been stabbed before. I actually tried to fight. Captain Henriza? I just wanted to help Sovel. Oh my, I think I'm bleeding profusely. Tell her this was my fault. I was too afraid to disappoint my father. But I tried to make it right. I did try. Lady Sovel is a good wife. I wish I had been a better husband.
High King Emmerich will hear of this, you blackguard.
I knew you were nothing but a filthy orc lover! I should have gutted you the moment you entered our camp!
A little help, if you please. If you could untie me, I would greatly appreciate it. And would you know if my husband is safe? He's Lord Ethian, and I made sure he got off the wrecked ship with a few of the crew and passengers. Ethian? My husband? Tried to stand up to Captain Henriza. I never expected him to do such a thing. Ugh. Why didn't he stay with the rescued crew? He was never good in a crisis. Tell me, how bad was he injured? Ugh, this is all Ethian's father's fault. What a vile man his father is. Ethian never could say no to him. Henriza was eager to tell me all about it after she captured me. If Ethian dies because of this, I'll find a way to make his father pay. Thank you. I should go see my husband.
His lordship didn't make it. Damn. At least he tried to make things right in the end.
My poor Ethian. He wasn't a brave man, but he tried to stand up against that vile Henriza. He did, didn't he? Thank you. Now, I have a job to do. I'll mourn Ethian after I have fulfilled my obligation to High King Emmerich. I'll send Scordo ahead to Orsinium to let them know we are on our way. Perhaps we'll see you there. The orcs will negotiate with me. There's still time to salvage my mission and make sure Ethian's father lives to regret what he set in motion. But thank you. Without your timely assistance, more innocents would have been lost. No, my friend. You've done more than enough. The rest is up to Scordo and me. I knew Baron Matir was a despicable man, but to force his son into this treasonous scheme? I never could quite free Ethian from his father's influence, though. My heart told me that, but it's good to hear you confirm it. His father, always scheming. He wanted my mission to fail, even if he had to have me killed to accomplish that. But Emmerich needs this treaty. Is it? Ours was an arranged marriage. I suspect that when his father learned of my true political feelings, he was extremely disappointed. Still, Ethian had a good heart, and we got along well. At least we did when his father wasn't interfering. Ethian's father hoped to deal with two problems at the same time: my marriage to his son and Emmerich's treaty with the orcs. But his scheme led to his own son's death, and he'll answer for that. I plan to tell High King Emmerich everything. I need to focus first on Emmerich's treaty before I can allow myself the luxury of regret. Scordo, I will need you to get to Orsinium as soon as possible.
May I speak with you a moment? I fear you've been misled. Did that skeever Yaus ask you to find a pendant? Oh, did he now? How typical. If that lech has a fiancé, then I'm the Queen of Daggerfall. That pendant is mine. It even has my initial engraved on the back. It was a gift from my parents. It turned up missing shortly before the storm. Yaus and we became friendly during the voyage, much to my regret. After one particular encounter, I noticed that my pendant was gone. Yaus swore he hadn't seen it, but then I heard him talking to you about it. Fine, talk to the liar. But be careful, his words fall like nectar from a tree. I thought he liked me, but he only had eyes for the gold around my neck.
Are the star-crossed lovers bickering again? Or perhaps they are just crossed lovers? This one has never seen a more ill-suited pair. Azida is a kind lady, but that man, he is a shifty one, yes? A gold pendant, did you say? Let me think. Yes, this one heard Yaos ask you to look for a pendant, but if he has a betrothed back home, someone should really tell the lovely Azida. She seemed very attracted to him during the voyage.
Soft little Bretons. All they do is moan and complain about the cold. Ha! They should come to the Pale in springtime. And don't get me started about our winters. Can't say that I ever noticed. She does wear boots all the time. All the time. That would drive me to drink.
Why didn't someone think to grab a few furs instead of the moldy flower? A fur coat sure would be nice right now. I don't know anything about a gold pendant, but I do know that Yao supposedly has a pretty lady in every port. He tried to get into my cabin a few times, and I even saw him flirt with Lady Sovel once or twice.
Well, at least the ambassador is safe and sound. I wonder if I can find a ship going back to Wayrest in New York City. I could even work for my passage, if they need an able body.
What a tale I'll have to tell when I return to North Point. If I return to North Point. I might remain in Orsinium for a time. Help Lady Sovel in her work there. Might be nice to have some solid ground under my feet for a while.
It's too bad about his lordship, but I could really use a warm tavern right about now. Tell me, my good friend, were you successful? Did you find my pendant among the wreckage? You did? That's wonderful. My Eleni is going to be so happy. Now, give me the pendant if you please. I need to keep it safe until I return to Sentinel. Really? Why, that's ridiculous. Who would... Oh, you spoke to Azita, didn't you? Listen, she's just upset. We had a few intimate moments during the voyage, but she wanted more than I could give her. This is just her way of punishing me.
Fine, talk to the liar. But be careful. His words fall like nectar from a tree. I thought because it belongs to me. Why would he be carrying around a gift for his betrothed on a voyage such as this? It makes no sense. He tells a good story. I'll give him that. But in the end, it smells like a guar stall. I'm sure you realize that. Because he's a thief trying to make a quick profit. That pendant is mine. It reminds me of my parents and my home. I admit that I was attracted to Yaos. Got too involved for my own good. But he just wanted to get his hands on my pendant. Your belief in me is gratifying. I thought I had lost the pendant forever, and with it, my one remaining connection to my home and my parents. Thank you for your help. Now, give me my pendant so I can make sure I won't lose it again. Isn't my pendant beautiful? Thank you ever so much for returning it to me.
I have nothing to say to you, or to that conniving witch, Azita, either. Believe me, I won't dally with another sea trollop ever again, no matter how beautiful she looks or how amazing she smells. Just Eleni from now on.
My friend, welcome back. But tell me, were you able to acquire the ingredients for my evening of orcish romance? That is most excellent news. Rigard's heart dances like the patrons in the fire pit of the Flaming Niche. How did everyone like my Nordic gifts? Were they excited beyond all thought and reason? Really? That indicates that everything will turn out well. It must have been a queen bee they put into the mead. But Ambassador Lazduthar will be here any moment. She said she had documents for me to sign. Quick, give Rigard the items of love. Woolly crab cheese, special ale, an orcish love poem, even a stinky orc perfume. My gratitude and wonderment know no bounds. And here comes Lazduthar, my sweet emerald coquette. Hurry, my good friend, you must hide.
Ambassador Rigard, I have those documents. Is this a good time?
Ah, my sweet Lazduthar. Rigard has gifts for you, ripe with orcish affection.
Ambassador Rigard, this is highly inappropriate. Wait, is that a chater cheese I smell?
My sweet, my blade, my lady love. Your pommel fits my hand like an armored glove. I promise to never let our attraction dull, even when we've crushed his skull.
Ambassador Rigard, I can't abide such behavior.
But, my jade goddess, I don't understand.
Oh, Rigard, pay no attention to Lazduthar. You've won my heart with your gifts of affection.
Rulfala? This is most confusing. Rigard had no idea you had such feelings.
How could I not? After all, you completed the ancient marriage proposal. We're engaged now.
Rigard never expected... Wait, what?
The Queen killed the Duke. Strong, decisive. I like that.
Ah, outsider. I confess I had my doubts, but my forge wife tells me you were as good as your word. Thank you for helping restore order to the Greystone Quarry. Oh, very well. You performed a vital service for my clan. The least I can do is go and listen to whatever fancy words Kurog wants to shout at us this time. I'll see you in Orsinium, outsider.
Frozen Durzog liver pairs surprisingly well with mead. Ha! Coffee shipped all the way from Valen Harbor and he eats the whole bag off the cart? He'll make a fine smoked bear's head stew. One of his cousins just came off the fire if you'd care for a sample. Dig in. The lichen is key to the broth. You may notice the tomato base draws out the subtler taste of the truffles. Bear meat is usually disgusting, but those of northern Wrothgar survive on a diet of fish, and the marrow makes for a delicious stew. I can't wait to serve up Gnarlfang's head. I hope there'll be a subtle hint of coffee. Very true. You know, you're the best assistant I've ever had. Far better than Hamlin Serpy, though there's really no comparison.
You are Zorga, master of orc cuisine?
Master? Yes, that's me. And you are?
Barazal, hearthwife to the king.
Welcome to my kitchen. Can I get you something? Perhaps some candied chubloon, fresh from the oven.
No, I have business in Orsinium. Yet I expect you to join me there shortly. I want you to cook the feast that will honor my husband. Can you do this for the king of the orcs?
Of course. It shall be a feast to remember. I don't know what kind of feast Barazal plans, but I cannot wait to share classic orc cuisine with the king.
I've little time for talk.
I'd like a chance to sample Orzorga's latest dish.
I could eat, if you can.
I used to think she was a roadside cook, not an artist with an oven.
Trinimac smiles on everyone, orcs and non-orcs alike. Then listen well, and I'll tell you about the greatness of Trinimac. His eyes see far and wide, and tremendous is his power. Everyone craves the truth of Trinimac, no matter their race or creed. May Trinimac's light ignite the fire of your spirit. Your enemies will flee at the sight of his holy might.
What an undeniable aroma. Let's see, bones, more bones, a slightly different bone, some sticky goop to hold it all together. Oh, my friend, you have outdone yourself. Have faith. The sculpture begins as a block of stone. A masterful painting, nothing but canvas on a board. Time to assemble this for Preparator Nagaza. Soon, all shall witness my glorious homage to Wrothgar's ogres.
What is this?
Masterpiece, delivered as promised.
What is this mess?
Mess? But this is an authentic replication of ogre artwork, as requested. The materials came straight from an ogre den.
By the bloody cursed Darinar! It reeks!
Ah, you understand?
I understand the gourd's rising in my throat!
It's perhaps not my best work. My mentor said he could teach me nothing except that art is a journey. Each attempt an experience regardless of the result, and that experience can often be art itself. Let's both agree that's what this is.
relic hunter returns. Tell me, was your search for Uzdabik's helm successful? There's a display case just waiting to be filled. So it really does exist. Sometimes you never know when you're dealing with myth and legend. Could I trouble you to take it downstairs and place it in its display? In the meantime, I'll find that list of relics I mentioned the last time we spoke. It's so nice to have a little help around here. Thanks for finding that historic treasure and setting it on its display. But this is only the beginning. The wilds of Wrothgar are brimming with all sorts of important antiquities. Indubitably, you've got a talent for relic hunting, and I'd be remiss if I didn't take advantage of that. Here's a list of the relics I believe await us in the wilds of Wrothgar. Find them, bring them here, and the museum will reward you handsomely. Remember to check the list. We have very specific needs here at the House of Orsimer Glories. Distinctive portions of history that we want to put on display